Hey guys, so before we start, let me just get it out there. Sex is good, okay? For some reason when I talk about sex and people having not like stopping sex, but just not acting like a fucking whore, some reason people decide to pull out the fucking incel comment like I'm against sex. No, sex is good. It is normal. It is natural. Human beings are sexual creatures. But when we have stuff like this, hoe is seen as a derogatory word, but what if we changed the narrative and embraced it? You know what happens after that? And especially now, because of the internet, we have social media. We're going to have more STDs, more unwanted pregnancies, which means more fucking abortions, and less marriages. But it doesn't matter because the women who were out there whoring themselves out, getting those abortions, they're seen as empowered. They're told that, oh, it's their body, their choice, that they're empowered. Freaking women come online and say, oh, yeah, I had an abortion today. And you get the comments like, oh my God, yes, slay queen. You go, girl, girl boss. Yeah, taking an innocent human life because you wanted to act like a fucking whore. Yeah, something really to be proud of. How about, and I'm just tossing this out there, how about you use one of the many contraceptives you have at your disposal? How about if a dude refuses to wrap it up, you don't let him fuck you? How about dudes, instead of using the lame excuse of, oh, I don't like wearing condoms because I don't feel, I can't feel it. Well, then how about you get some of those ultra thin condoms that they have? That way, you get protection and you get to feel it still. So that whole, I don't feel it, I can't feel anything, no. Oh, I'm allergic. Well, guess what? They have other condoms that you can use that aren't latex or with the powder or whatever. So there's no excuse to act like a fucking whore for men or women. But because women are the ones who can get pregnant, embracing the hoe in you, as I said, it's going to lead to more STDs, more unwanted pregnancies, which means more abortions, and less people are getting married because why get married when you can just fuck whoever you want and it's seen as empowering? I mean, I think we've already seen a decline in marriages, and especially nowadays with fucking OnlyFans, no dude is gonna want to marry a girl who whores herself out online. And you see this all the fucking time online. Girls who have OnlyFans sit there and complain like, "Why can't I find a good man? Once they find out I have I do an OnlyFans, and they don't want anything to do with me." Yeah, because we want women who have some fucking respect for themselves. You're sitting there selling the pictures of your fucking asshole online instead of getting a real fucking job. No, sex work is not a real fucking job. It's extremely dangerous work, and when people get abused and stalked and raped, then they're like, well, I don't understand how this happened because you picked a fucking profession that's extremely fucking dangerous. You don't know what kind of men you're inviting. You don't know who you're talking to over the internet. These guys who are throwing money at you. But sure, just keep doing it and saying it's empowering. Yeah, when you fucking end up as a bloody pile on the fucking ground because one of these guys wanted to take advantage of you. Yeah, real fucking empowering. Which, if you're gonna be in that line of work, you need to carry. You need fucking pepper spray, some kind of gun, something, so that way you don't become a victim. If you want to act like a fucking whore, then you need some way to protect yourself. But these girls go out there, they whore themselves out, and then they're surprised that no guy wants them because a guy wants a woman who has respect for herself. I don't understand. It's just pictures. Yeah, pictures of your body, naked body that other men are looking at. And two, gee, can't imagine why a husband or boyfriend would be upset about that. I just, men just need to grow up and accept that sex work is real work. No, it's not. Standing in front of the mirror and taking a picture of your fucking pussy and ass and your tits, that's not work. Okay? That's not fucking work. Must be nice to scrape by with a bare minimum. And when I say scrape by with bare minimum, I mean the bare. Because they're naked. Yeah. Bare. Drum snare. But it's like people saying that, you know, making videos is hard work. Compared to OnlyFans, making videos is hard work. You know, because you got to keep up with trends. If you edit and this and that, you got to put time and effort into that. OnlyFans. Click, upload. Money. You rake that in. Yeah, real fucking hard. But telling people to, and this is what it's, you know, little girls are looking at this and seeing how people are acting. So we're going to have an entire generation of these girls who are now growing up to think that it's okay to act like a fucking whore. You know, we're going to have a generation of young boys who are thinking, oh, it's okay to go around and sleep with multiple girls. And both of them will be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because abortion is there. So any unwanted pregnancy, who cares about taking responsibility for one's actions? Who cares about that? You don't want the kid, just fucking kill it. So we're gonna have a generation of more STDs, more abortions, no marriages, and people who don't take responsibility for their own terrible life choices. Yeah, that's a great precedent to set. And again, sex is great, but when you're telling people to, oh yeah, act like a fucking whore, that's not what should be saying. If you want to have sex, that's fine. But when you're like, oh yeah, my body count is, no, you shouldn't be happy with how many. You know, I there was one girl in school when I was in high school. There was one girl who was like a girl who's like that. You know, she's like, oh yeah, I have sex with dudes every, you know, a different dude every day, and none of them wear, you know, and none of them wear condoms. And I'm like, yeah, that's real something to be real fucking proud of. Don't be surprised when you're fucking 15 years old and pregnant because you want to act like a fucking slut and have every guy fuck you without protection. And then we're sitting in class and she's like, hey, John. And I look up at her and she's like, what would you do if I said I want to have sex with you right now? I just looked at her and I'd look back down because she's a fucking whore. I like my dick the way it is. I don't need it shriveling up or growing some pus-filled pockets on. No, don't need that shit. So she said, I was like, I looked back down at whatever I think I was drawing or something. But when you have people who embrace that lifestyle of acting like a slut and think it's good, and we're living in the generation now where, you know, you have social media. You know, this was, for me, this was 2005. So we didn't have, you know, Facebook. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have Twitter. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have OnlyFans. I think we barely even had fucking YouTube at this point. But now, you know, there's so many ways for people to communicate and everything, and all these whores out in the world are like, oh yeah, well, it's a great way of life. We should embrace it because it's your body. Yes, queen. But then when they do act like that, they wonder why no man wants them. Why any normal man? Because yeah, there are plenty of fucking man whores are just as bad. But when the good, normal people are rejecting them, they're like, I don't understand why. I'm great looking. I have money. It's because you have no fucking respect for yourself. Because you're either sleeping around with fucking dudes or you're in your house all the time taking fucking pictures nude for your fucking OnlyFans and having dudes jerk off to them. You know, sending them videos and this and that. You know, no dude wants to be with someone who doesn't respect themselves. You know, and they can say, "Oh, I do respect my." No, you don't. If you did, you'd get a regular fucking job. You wouldn't be selling yourself out. And those fucking thirsty dudes online are just as bad. But I'm sure there are dudes with OnlyFans. I mean, obviously Nick Ocado has one, which yeah. But even on Twitter, I don't see any dude advertising their OnlyFans. I don't see on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. It's always girls because girls have been told now that it's okay to act like a whore. You don't want the child from that unwanted pregnancy? It's fine, just kill it. There's no repercussions at fucking all now for acting like a whore. None. You know, even STDs and everything. It's like, well, just because they have an STD doesn't mean they're any different. It's just, you know, they might have made some bad choices. No, they intentionally made bad fucking choices. It's not hard to fucking wrap it up. And if you know the dude isn't gonna wrap it up, don't have sex with him. There's other dudes who will fuck you. Other dudes who will fuck you and wrap it up. And that's when you also need the weapon, you know, pepper spray or something, because guess what? Men are pigs sometimes. And if you say no to him, he might just try to take you by force, which case, do you want to be a victim as well? Because again, real empowering to sleep around with multiple people and not be committed to one person. Real empowering. So when you live that lifestyle, you should kind of expect to be abused by someone at least once. In which case, you should have a weapon on you. So that way it actually doesn't happen. Because if he goes for you and you fucking, you know, show that you've got, you know, you're carrying, yeah, he's gonna think twice because, I mean, he could easily just blow his balls off, which, you know, he'd never be able to do it again to another person. I mean, if I was a woman, that's what I would do. I wouldn't shoot to kill. I would just blow his fucking balls off. He wants to try to take advantage of someone? Well, take away the part of him that he uses to take advantage of people. So, I'm not going to shoot to kill. I'm just going to shoot to blow off his fucking ball sack. Cripple him. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, the point of this is you should not be embracing you shouldn't be embracing any kind of derogatory word. If you don't become a hoe just because people say, "Oh yeah, oh slay queen, oh my god, yes, girl boss." Because these are the same people who down the road are going to find out they're fucking miserable because they've got, you know, they've had so many abortions that their fucking uterus is basically unusable. They can't find a fucking man to stay with them because they've had so many fucking partners and they have OnlyFans and this and that. You know, so these are the ones who are going to become the most fucking lonely and the most fucking miserable because they wanted to embrace this whole lifestyle of fucking everyone and having multiple partners and not taking any responsibility for their actions. They're going to be the most fucking miserable. And then when they're sitting there in their misery and they're like, I don't get it. Why does no one want to be with me? Well, your pussy is mangled and destroyed. You have an OnlyFans and you whore yourself out to other people. And you've been raped how many times because you continuously want to act like a whore? Gee, I don't know. Why doesn't any man want to be with you? But what do I know? Anyway, for girls watching, have respect for yourself. If you have respect for yourself, men will have respect for you. You know, there's other ways of getting money and getting attention and having a good time. That's fine, but don't go overboard with it because too much of anything can lead to problems. So that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.